Welcome to Meadowhare Cottage and my Halloween card for 2023. There's lots of pumpkins and skeletons, witches and ghosts, and spiders. I hope you like this one. It is a double trifold card and I have used lots of different elements and products, and so here we are. There's midnight glitter around the edge of the card to make it more spooky. I was going for a Day of the Dead theme with this particular image, with vibrant yet soft colours, and the image has been outlined with gold sparkly embossing powder. I used texture paste first of all to create, through a stencil, the skulls. Interference opal polishes for the backgrounds. They are on black card, so you get the deepest of the interference colours, but depending on the light they do change colour and become softer and more ethereal. And do you like this dear little tag? This sweet little skeleton in a little coffin with bats. Very spooky, but quite sweet. And he's a shaker tag with lots of sequins inside. Now the idea of the card is that it actually opens out into a double trifold, that the pages can be turned either way, so you get several scenes. On this particular one we can see the witch. She's sitting on her broomstick and she has a little lantern of pumpkin. There's the moon shining in the corner and those spooky cats. Happy Fright Night. The background I've created with pixie powders, and I wanted a green, gooey, bluey, silvery effect. On this side, you can see the dancing skeletons. Aren't they cute? They're all dancing. I've done these in pixie powders, so they had a rainbow effect. And there are the bats and the spiders' webs. And that very big, black, sparkly spider on a holographic, glittery, silver web. And it says, and they danced in the light of the moon. And there's a little moon at the top. I have used the interference opal polishes to give that lovely purple, iridescent feel. Depending on the light, it can look quite ethereal or deep purple. And on the other side, we've got some more skeletons and some spooky skulls. And these skeletons I have actually embossed in glow-in-the-dark embossing powder, with some blue embossing powder for their hats. The skulls look quite spooky, don't they? The interference opal polishes, this time greens. In the light, it has a bluish sheen. And surrounded with that midnight glitter kiss glitter paste. When we turn the card over, we can see the other panoramic scene, and the central panel has the word Halloween, and those dear little ghosts all surrounding it. We see the witch's hat with some flowers from the pumpkin stamp, and those beautiful naughty cats. They look as if they're up to mischief, don't they? Their green glowing eyes. And the witch's broom, and the little bat sitting on there. Background is pixie powder, but this time we've got purples and blacks and golds. On either side you can see what we used as the front of the card as the beautiful pumpkin stamp and those skulls. And on this side, have the pumpkin with the orange and green pixie powder background. The main panel is in interference colours, this beautiful copper pinky colour on black, depending on the light. I used the texture paste for the bats, so the white bats came out pearly and the background came out that beautiful copper colour. We can have our little skeleton in his coffin on this side of the card, and I put a little sentiment on the back for the recipients. Now we can fold the card in different ways. It is a little stiff, it is quite a bulky card, and it does have the blue midnight glitter kiss around it. It could be looked at this way. And here's the front again, so we could have the pumpkin and the rainbow skeletons and the spider. In order to get the pumpkin image on the front of the card that the recipient will see first, I had to work out the logistics. And I actually had to fold a piece of paper in order to work out which bits went where. And then I had to decide which images I wanted on the page. You can see all my different diagrams and little cats. I have done a little slideshow which I've attached later in this video to show you how many products I used to create this beautiful card. Well, I hope you think it's beautiful, and I hope the recipient does too. It was great fun making, but it did take quite a while. Let's put our little kitten cat back. Isn't he cute? For the background papers for the project, I used watercolour paper and combinations of pixie powders. Once the paper was fully dry, I also cut some of the dye elements from those papers. For the moon, gold and silver pixie powder, and I also added glacier paste around the moon stamp for the shine. The stamps for the beautiful pumpkin and flowers and the moon, watercolour pencils for the pumpkin image, and bright gold holographic embossing powder for that image. And opal polishes for the background, with texture paste for those raised images. Layered coffin die cuts for the little shaker tag. Opal polishes, glacier paste, skeleton, stencils, watercolour pencils, embossing powders, embossing folders, stencils, and more texture paste, and all those wonderful dies. So many products. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.